I am an unexpected visitor.
I expected you.
But not in this guise or for my present purpose.
No purpose brings surprise.
No, my lord, I am no trifler and no politician. To idle or intrigue at court I have no skill. I am no courtier. I know a horse, a dog, a wench. I know how to hold my estates in order. A country-keeping lord who minds his own business. It is we country lords who know the country, and we who know what the country needs. It is our country. We care for the country. We are the backbone of the nation. We, not the plotting parasites about the king. Excuse my bluntness. I am a rough, straightforward Englishman.
Proceed. Straightforward.
The purpose is plain. Endurance of friendship does not depend upon ourselves, but upon circumstance. But circumstance is not undetermined. Unreal friendship may turn to real. But real friendship, once ended, cannot be mended. Sooner shall enmity turn to alliance. The enmity that never knew friendship can sooner know accord.
For a countryman, you wrap your meaning in as dark generality as any courtier.
This is the simple fact. You have no hope of reconciliation with Henry the King. You look only to blind assertion in isolation. That is a mistake.
Oh, Henry, oh, my king.
Other friends may be found in the present situation. King in England is not all-powerful. King is in France, squabbling in Anjou, round him waiting hungry sons. We are for England. We are in England. You and I, my lord, are Normans. England is a land for Norman sovereignty. Let the Angevin destroy himself, fighting in Anjou. He does not understand us, the English barons. We are the people.
To what does this lead?
To a happy coalition of intelligent interests.
But what have you, if you do speak for barons?
For a powerful party which has turned its eyes in your direction. To gain from you, your lordship asks. For us, church favor would be an advantage. Blessing of Pope, powerful protection in the fight for liberty. You, my lord, in being with us, would fight a good stroke at once for England and for Rome, ending the tyrannous jurisdiction of King's Court over Bishop's Court, of King's Court over Baron's Court.
Which I helped to found.
Which you helped to found, but time past is time forgotten. We expect the rise of a new constellation.
And if the Archbishop cannot trust the king, how can he trust those who work for king's undoing?
Kings will allow no power but their own. Church and people have good cause against the throne.
If the Archbishop cannot trust the throne, he has good cause to trust none but God alone. I ruled once as Chancellor, and men like you were glad to wait at my door. Not only in the court, but in the field, and in the tilt-yard I made many yield. Shall I, who ruled like an eagle over doves, now take the shape of a wolf among wolves? Pursue your treacheries as you have done before. No one shall say that I betrayed a king.
And, my lord, I shall not wait at your door. And I will hope before another spring the king will show his regard for your loyalty.
To make, then break. This thought has come before. The desperate exercise of failing power. Samson in Gaza did no more. But if I break, I must break myself alone.
Well done, Thomas. Your will is hard to bend, and with me beside you, you shall not lack a friend.
Who are you? I expected 3 visitors, not 4.
Do not be surprised to receive one more. Had I been expected, I had been here before. I always precede expectation.
Who are you?
As you do not know me, I do not need a name. And as you know me, that is why I come. You know me, but have never seen my face. To meet before was never time or place.
Say what you come to say.
It shall be said at last. Hooks have been baited with morsels of the past. Wantonness is weakness. As for the king, his hardened hatred shall have no end. You know truly the king will never trust twice the man who has been his friend. Borrow use cautiously, employ your services as long as you have to lend. You would wait for trap to snap, having served your term, broken and crushed. As for barons, envy of lesser men is still more stubborn than king's anger. Kings have public policy, barons private profit, jealousy raging possession of the fiend. Barons are employable against each other. Greater enemies must kings destroy.
What is your counsel?
Fare forward to the end. All other ways are closed to you, except the way already chosen. But what is pleasure? Kingly rule or rule of men beneath a king, with craft in corners, stealthy stratagem, to general grasp of spiritual power. Man oppressed by sin since Adam fell, you hold the keys of heaven and hell, power to bind and loose. Bind, Thomas, bind, king and bishop under your heel, king, emperor, bishop, baron, king, uncertain mastery of melting armies, war, plague, and revolution, new conspiracies, broken pacts, to be master or servant within an hour. This is the course of temporal power. The old king shall know it when at last breath, no sons, no empire, he bites broken teeth. You hold the skein. Wind, Thomas, wind the thread of eternal life and death. You hold this power. Hold it.
Supreme in this land?
Supreme but for one.
That I do not understand.
It is not for me to tell you how this may be so. I am only here, Thomas, to tell you what you know.
How long shall this be?
Save what you know already. Ask nothing of me. But think, Thomas, think of glory after death. When king is dead, there's another king, and one more king is another reign. King is forgotten when another shall come. Saint and martyr rule from the tomb. Think, Thomas, think of enemies dismayed, creeping in penance, frightened of a shade. Think of pilgrims standing in line before the glittering jeweled shrine, from generation to generation, bending the knee in supplication. Think of the miracles by God's grace, and think of your enemies in another place.
I have thought of these things.
That is why I tell you. Your thoughts have more power than kings to compel you. You have also thought, sometimes at your prayers, sometimes hesitating at the angles of stairs, and between sleep and waking, early in the morning when the bird cries, have thought of further scorning, that nothing lasts, but the wheel turns, the nest is rifled, and the bird mourns, that the shrine shall be pillaged, and the gold spent, the jewels gone for light ladies' ornament, the sanctuary broken, and its stores swept into the laps of parasites and whores. When miracles cease, and the faithful desert you, and men shall only do their best to forget you. And later is worse, when men will not hate you enough to defame or to execrate you, but pondering the qualities that you lacked, will only try to find the historical fact. When men shall declare that there was no mystery about this man who played a certain part in history.
But what is there to do? What is left to be done? Is there no enduring crown to be won?
Yes, Thomas, yes. You have thought of that too.